Okay.
Okay, the film that you just saw, it's titled in Hebrew, the original title is Kum v'Italech. It means get up and walk, and it's from the Bible. Kum is a very simple word. It's something you can say to a dog, like up in English. And v'Italech, it's more it's higher word. It sounds like poetry or something. It also sounds like a Zionist slogan or a communist slogan. So it has a lot of meanings. There is also a famous Zionist song from the early days of Israel, Kum v'Italech ba'aretz. In Hebrew it has a lot of connotations. The film basically deals with only one thing. It deals with things that are unnatural that become natural. In our society there are many things that happens in everyday life and that we are used to them. And we look at them as if they are part of nature, but they are not part of nature. They are part of our society, part of culture. For example, there are many roles that usually women do in our society, and there are many roles that usually men do in our society. And for example, the different classes in our society, they are all things that has been built in our society, has been built in our culture, but they are not natural, they're not part of our nature. And in this film, people are being forced to act like dogs, and they are being forced to do something that we see that it's unnatural. And in this way, in this symbol, I try to show the unnatural aspect for all those things in our society. Most of the decision that I took about the style of the film came from the budget of the film. We didn't have a lot of money, and usually I thought of how to do things in the simplest way and in the cheapest way and in the fastest way. If I had more money, maybe I would do a lot of things differently. But also because it's quite a complex film, we need to think a lot of how to do things in a very simple way in order to make this film. Because we built a world in this film, we had to give it a certain style. One decision that we took was to shoot the whole film at night. This decision actually made the film much harder to make, but at night we can control more about the way the film will look and about to control the style of a film. Another thing that we do is we shot almost all the film with a 50mm lens. I tried to shoot the whole film with the same lens in order to make a certain style, but also because it's easier to shoot closer shots, like medium shots. It's easier to record the sound, and it's easier to light them. There are all kinds of things that I thought about them in order to make this film. Many times people ask about the acting in the film. Actually, when I wrote the script, I wasn't sure that that I can make it. I thought that maybe it will look ridiculous, but it was easier actually the acting that I thought. There is a main scene between the lead actor and the girl in the apartment. It's a very long scene and without dialogue. And in this scene, I talk a lot. I made a rehearsal with the actors, and we talk a lot about the subtext of every moment in the scene, and we try to express anything that usually people will talk with dialogues and with words. We try to find gestures or all kind of acts that people can do with their body that will express the subtext and will express things that usually we tend to express them with words. I was also afraid there are many small roles in the scene, in the movie, many small roles that actors appear for only a few seconds. and I couldn't cast professional actors for those roles. For example, the dog fights in the middle of a film, and I was afraid that the acting won't be reliable. But it was actually easier than I thought. Half of the acting was just putting the actors or the non-actors in the position. In the position like dogs. It was half of the acting. They didn't have to do a lot, and it actually came out good. All right, we can talk a lot about a lot more, but I hope that you enjoy the film, and that's it. Goodbye.